Hey, what's up? John Sonmez here from simpleprogrammer.com. So I got a guy question here today. I'm going to do a man video. You can check out my playlist on guy videos on attracting women and becoming a better man. My philosophy in attracting women and becoming a better man is to become a better man. That's mostly what I talk about. I don't talk about the stupid tactics and techniques that you could use for the most part that are maybe considered manipulation or shortcuts to getting what you want. I believe that the best way to get what you want is to become what you want, or what is attracted to what you want. So let's talk about this. Let's talk about how to appear not needy and still show affection at the same time. This is a good question here. So this question comes from James, and here's what James asks. He says, do you know of a way to appear not needy but still show the girl that I like her a lot? For example, I felt a constant urge to text her or to see her often and hang out with her all the time. And I also tell her a lot of nice things. Should I hold back? Let me see. He's got some additional info here, which I will read. I've been dating a girl for about 3 months, and it's my first relationship. It was all great in the first 6 to 7 weeks as we were both very into each other. However, I think then I started acting quite needy, like texting her very often, always wanted to hang out, and was even a bit frustrated when she showed the slightest hint that she doesn't like me, like not wanting to hold hands when walking, for example. I think because of that, she started being less attracted to me, and it's like she took a step back. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely fucking right, James. You're absolutely right. This is exactly what happened. So, do you need to, okay, it's a cat and mouse game, right? I mean, this is pretty classic, pretty simple stuff here, but people like to be chased. And what I mean by that is, like, if you chase someone, they'll run away, right? So you got to use that dynamic. And if you back up, people will come to you, right? So you want to be playing this game, and you know, I hate to use the word game, but it is. Love is a game, life is a game, everything is a game. I did a video on life being a game, or someone alluded to life being a game. Interesting here. So it's a game, okay? It's a give and take. It's a polar opposites, polarization, right? I push, you pull, okay? You push, I pull. You got to play that dynamic because it's interesting. That's what makes life interesting, is that. So you have a good, I mean, James, great. You are ahead of most guys because you recognize these things. You recognize what you're doing and how your actions are coming off as needy, and you're chasing too much, okay? And so she's going to run away. And the more that you do that, and it creates this vicious cycle for people who don't understand this, for most people, that they can't get out of, which is this vicious cycle, right? And you'll see this not just in these kind of relationships, in romantic relationships, but you'll see this in general, in just how people act. And especially if you have a kid, you'll notice this. It's a rejection cycle, what I call a rejection cycle. So here's how this works, okay? James, he goes to grab his girlfriend's hand, and she basically doesn't want to hold hands with him in public, okay? So he feels rejected. So what does he do? What is his default? Now he wants to validate himself, okay? So what does James do? He ups it. He says, there's only one way to overcome rejection. Well, there's 2 ways to overcome rejection, but in his mind, maybe there's only one way to overcome rejection. And what is that? Is to up the stakes and win. Okay? It's doubling the backgammon cube. Okay? If you know what backgammon is. What it means is that, like, if I up the stakes, okay, and now I get accepted, now it's double or nothing. Okay? Now I'm good. And so he takes a more severe action. He's hurt. He lashes out in some way. He says, if you love me, you'll stop me from jumping off of this bridge, right? Or some kind of crazy action, gets rejected again, goes back into that cycle. It can go into craziness, okay? Or it can, you know, level off at a point where you're constantly testing people to see if they're going to reject you, and when they do, you keep on testing them again because you're trying to get the answer you want. But you're not going to get the answer you want while you're still being needy like that, okay? And like I said, you see this with kids all the time. If you have a child and you tell that kid no, or you do something that they interpret as a rejection, okay, what are they going to do? They're going to up it. They're going to, like, if they act out, they're going to act out more. Because what they want, the reaction that they want is, whoever I am, whatever I do, I want you to love me anyway. And real human beings aren't capable of that kind of love for the most part. Okay, I know that this breaks a lot of what your Sunday school teacher taught you, and I know that, you know, in the fairy tales this is true, but even with parents, even with spouses, even with soulmates, people are not capable of unconditional love. It's just true, right? I mean, the only person who can unconditionally love you is you and your God, okay? So that's, just think about that, all right? And if you have a problem understanding this, there's a video you need to watch called You're Always Alone. You're always gonna be alone. And I don't mean to say that to just like be so nihilistic on my viewpoint and philosophy, but you gotta understand that there's no one coming to save you. You are on your own. Okay? And when you understand that, then you will stand on your own 2 feet. So here's the thing, okay? Showing affection but not being needy. How do you balance that as a guy here in this relationship? You don't have to worry so much about showing, like, first of all, make the affection genuine, and don't have this, you know, what they call one-nightitis, okay? I highly recommend, if you haven't read it already, you know, to read a book called The Rational Male by Rollo Tomasi, I believe. Maybe that's the pen name he uses, but it's a good book. I got to get him on the channel sometime. I've talked to him a few times, but you should read that book so you can understand. That's where, you know, I'm using the phrase one night. It probably is, my use of that phrase is probably coming from that book. Okay, but if you are putting all your value into this chick, into this relationship, and you don't have, you know, a woman cannot come first in your life. No one can come first in your life. Like, your ambitions and your drive and your purpose in life and your mission and your goal, that's got to come first. That's got to be number one, okay? That's an attractive quality, is a man who knows what he wants, who's taking what he wants, who isn't letting other people, right? You know, who's willing to say, you know what? I love you, babe. But if it comes down to me pursuing my goals and my dreams, or you, and I got to make that choice, I love you, but I'm going to make the choice to pursue I got to do me. I can't live in a cage, right? That is an attractive quality, when, you know, for women. And that's how you got to live your whole life. And it's not a fake thing. I'm not asking you to be fake. I'm asking you to really make that transformation, to really decide in your life that that's how you want to live your life, because you can't let other people, you can't be clingy and holding on to relationships and being needy. Like, the neediness will come out. I could give you tricks and tactics to make it seem like you're not needy, or I could tell you, oh, don't text her back for so many days or some bullshit like that. But you're still there, you're still needy, right? You're still putting all your eggs in this basket and valuing this relationship so highly that it's going to come across, or it's going to feel fake, or, right, eventually you're going to be outed, because that's what you really are. But when you really care but don't care, okay, when you really are invested but not vested, okay, then that's apparent, right? You have to let go, right? I did another video about not holding on to things too tightly. Okay, you can check that out. I don't know how I know all of my videos, but, you know, just, there's only 1,500 of them or so. But my point is this, right? You got to be able to hold things loosely, let go of this. So if this relationship doesn't work out, that's fine. You're a man. There's plenty of fish in the sea. You can live your life. You can be happy without a relationship. This woman is an addition to your life, right? This girl is an addition to your life. She enhances your life. It's great. I love hanging out with you. I love being with you. You know, you're attractive. You're awesome. But I got other things in my life too. Okay, that's the thing is, and if you are gonna blow me off, if you're gonna like not want to hang out with me, you don't want to hold it, cool. It's cool, but, you know, maybe I'm not going to spend so much time with you. Like, not as a punitive thing, right? Not as a, like, oh, you know, trying to say, oh, you hurt me so bad, and I want you to know that you hurt me, and this is how I'm going to show you that you hurt me. Not like that, okay? More like, I got important things in my life as well, and, you know, if we're together and you want to hang out, we're cool, be in a relationship, you know, ever have sex, cool. But if not, cool also, right? I got other friends, I got other girls, I got other stuff, okay? So that's what you have to present. You don't have to worry about, like, will the girl know that you're attracted to her? Can you show affection? You can do it only from the place of security, right? And you don't have to think about it. It'll be natural, right? You won't have to, don't worry about this problem, right? You're not probably gonna be in a problem of not showing enough affection. That's unlikely to be the case. If you're with the chick and she knows you have options, she knows you like her. That's it. But if you're with the chick and she thinks you don't have options, then when you say I love you, when you text all that mushy shit, when you buy her flowers and you do all this stuff for her and you try to hold her hand, she says, well, yeah, you know, a starving man will eat fucking worms. And so what am I? Am I fucking worms? You see what I'm saying? It scares her off. It creeps her out. She doesn't want to be with someone who no one else wants to be with. And that's the impression she gets. That's the neediness impression that she gets. So if you want to change that, don't worry about the whole affection thing. Like I said, be the guy that has the options. Be the guy that not pretends, but actually has the options, but presents is what I meant to say, in a way that you're not needy, that you do have options. So go out there, take some risks, get rejected. It's fine, it's cool, all right? That's how you get confidence, because that makes you know the outcome of things, good or bad, but you still have confidence. So that's what you need to do, is not worry about all this shit. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Don't worry about this one girl. There's plenty of girls out there. You just use this as a learning experience and back the fuck off, right? You know, back up, realize that when you step back, people come forward. When you come forward, right, you got to play this game, this dynamic, but it has to come from a real you. So making your mission in life, your purpose, your self-development, a very high goal in your life. And if you become the kind of man that is confident, has true self-esteem and confidence, you'll project that, and these questions that you have, they'll go away. They won't become an issue. All right. I hope that has helped you. Thank you for the question, James. If you have a question for me, you can always email me at john@simpleprogrammer.com. There's no guarantee that I will respond, but I may. And I will give you a form to fill out where you can get on my Trello board potentially, and I'll answer your question. And that's all I got for you today. All right, if you liked this video, if you didn't like this video, if you're like, fuck you, John, I'm just gonna click the subscribe button because you told me to, then do it. Go ahead, or click the bell if you want to make sure you don't miss any videos, because some of the videos you might be missing because YouTube hides them from you. You know, there you go. But you click the bell, you won't miss anything. I'll talk to you next time. Take care, and I'll see you later.